Alright guys, Commish Ace Coach 704 talking about PEL, kind of a mid-season power rankings, and then we'll go into some other stuff that we're going to talk about. But these are according to Daddy Leagues, and I'll just throw my little commentary on top of it. And I'm doing this in a different place in the house with a handheld camera, so it's going to look a little different than usual. All right, number 32, Denver Broncos, according to Daddy Leagues. I don't agree with that. We just had a really tough game for us that went down to the wire, won by 2. So they're definitely not the 32nd best team in the league. A lot of talent on that team. Just having a tough year with some tough breaks at 1-7. Daddy Leagues has the Patriots at 31. They're taking a break right now. A lot of stuff going on at work. Number 30, Daddy Leagues has the Colts at 1-6. And I seem like I always say the same thing with the Colts. Good defense, not enough offense. 29, Daddy Leagues has the 49ers at 1-6. And, they broke through last year. They got into the playoffs, and I don't know what happened in San Francisco. It's a tough schedule. I do know that. But I don't know. Maybe they'll turn around second half of the season and make a run at a wild card spot. 28 are the Falcons at 2-5. He's playing when he can, but he's working a lot of nights now. So trying to hang in there and stay active. I appreciate it. 27 are the Bengals. The Bengals are 2-5. That might not be updated because they did win tonight over the Ravens by 2. Not much I can say about Urkel except he tries at least, and he's not afraid to make a trade. And I always like those kind of guys, for better or worse. So that's a good thing. 26 Daddy Leagues has the Marshalls at 1-6. Of course, they're open right now, CPU team. And I will say, I chose to get rid of the previous Marshalls just because he came to me in DM and asked me, was he going to be considered for Madden 18? And he said if he wasn't, then he would give up his team. To me, that's kind of saying, all right, well, I'm not really fully invested, so, I'm willing to give this thing up, and you know how I am. If you don't really want to be here and you're just here for whatever reason, you don't have to be here. So I'm not going to beg anyone to stay around, so I chose to make that decision. I'm sorry, I'm talking about the Packers. I'm getting confused. Marshalls was his friend. But anyways, that's how that whole thing went down, if y'all were curious, which you probably weren't. 25, Daddy Leagues has the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 3-5. I think last year they got in the playoffs, so I'm a little surprised because I know Falcons isn't active, and all the other guys in the division, are playing, and the Bucks were able to beat them last year, but it's only mid-season, so you never know what can happen. 24 Daddy Leagues has the Seahawks at 3-5. I just made a trade with the Seahawks. I'm picking up Rashad Perriman. He's 28. He's got a couple years left on his deal. And the Seahawks wanted some draft picks. And we were able to make I think it was a pretty good deal. I gave him a third, and I gave him Arsenault, my number 3 receiver. And Perryman is going to go in at number 3 for me, but I'll get into that more when it's my turn. They're in that tough NFC West division, so it's a fight every week. They almost beat the Rams. I know he's doing some retooling, so hopefully they can make a push for a wild card spot, because I think that's possible. Daddy Leagues has the Vikings at 23. Vikings are taking a break right now. A lot of stuff going on in his life. I won't divulge details, but just as a general statement. People that have stuff going on that have been here a long time, I give them, a break. And some people that are new, you may not understand why am I letting people, just take losses. this league was built on a group of guys that I wanted to grow into that, family kind of atmosphere, because the best leagues obviously have that. And you see these leagues doing these amazing things. Those guys have been together for years. You just don't get, 32 guys recruited out of a recruit chat or whatever and get them to buy in and do all those, nice things. And that's what we're trying to build here. So that's why I don't just boot people if they got things going on or can't keep up or whatever, especially if they're good people. Now, if they're assholes, yeah, you can get the hell out. And you guys have seen that lately. But I digress. Daddy Leagues has 22 to Black Knights as at 3-5. They're a CPU team right now. We removed him because he would not listen to what a commish was telling him about the rules. He was playing quarter defense consistently against 2 wide receiver sets, and that's lobby BS. And we're not going to put up with that. Daddy League says the Packers at 21 at 4-4. It's a new guy that's come in and won some very close games and lost some close games. So that Packers team has been loaded with talent for a long time, and it's nice to see someone that can actually use that talent and take advantage of it. They're right there, and they have a shot at the playoffs, which is what you want when you're new and you come in to a league. Number 20 are the Monarchs at 3-5. We have a new guy playing with the Monarchs that was recommended by the Panthers. And, I don't know much about him. I do remember watching a little bit of his game and seeing a lot of Tampa 2. You might want to mix that up some. But I can't really comment, too much further than that. Number 19 are the Oilers, according to Daddy Leagues, at 3-4. The way the AFC usually goes, you got to get a little bit better to challenge for a wild card spot, because it's a damn fight over here, every season to get into playoffs. But you're seeing some improvement with the rookie quarterback coming into Houston, and it's better than what it was. That's the best thing I can say. All right, so Daddy Leagues has the Cowboys at 18 at 3-4. And I know Agape is playing more games, and he says he's a 5-11 team, and whatever. I think he's more of a 8-8 guy. That's the track he's on anyway right now. 17 are the Austin Desperados at 3-5. Ragjob has been pretty busy, and he had that Achilles issue. I hope you're feeling better. But they're in that NFC East where the Giants are having a good year, and you're playing for a wild card spot really at this point with the record he has right now, and I think it's still viable in the NFC. And just as a mild surprise, the Eagles are 4-3, and Daddy Leagues has them at 16. But I think there's some forced wins thrown in there. But I like Britt's perseverance, and he's been through some stuff without divulging details, and it's good to see that he's right there and he's got a shot at the playoffs. I'm glad to see that. And another mild surprise, the Conquistadors are 4-3, and Daddy Leagues has them at number 15. And I know PEL was the quarterback drafted a couple years ago, and Spivey at receiver. I think he had a big game at a sim. I know he's a talented guy irregardless, but we'll see if these guys can keep it up when they get into some tougher games down the stretch, and see if they can get into the playoffs and have some different faces in there. The Dolphins are 3-4, and Daddy Leagues has them at number 14. I don't have anything else positive to say about the Dolphins. Oh man, the Saints are number 13 according to Daddy Leagues, and they're 3-4. And after playing the Saints so many times in Madden 16, I feel like I can picture his offense, all over the place. But Dak Prescott seems to have really found a home down there, and he was getting traded all over the league for a while, but there's some stability in New Orleans, and that's good to see that. The Ravens are four. Well, it says 4-3. I don't think the record's updated yet, but they're 4-4. And Daddy Leagues has them at number 12. They just lost to the Bengals tonight. I was a little surprised to see that, but I heard there was some supposed Madden fuckery going on in that game. But they're in the thick of it. They got a shot. They gotta win some more. Like I said, that division, with the Browns and Shamrocks right now, you're looking at wild card. But wild card, you just got to win, and I hope you get a little bit of help. Daddy League says the Jaguars at number 11, despite a 3-4 record, which is unusual for Jeff. But he's been busy with some things, and I know he took at least 1 or 2 sim losses, and he might take some more this season. But next season he should be good, from what I understand. So I'd expect him to bounce back and challenge in that AFC South like he usually does. All right, top 10. So the Bears are number 10. They're 5-3 record according to Daddy Leagues. They got their hands full with the Packers. Usually their nemesis, the Vikings, is taking a break, so they get a little break there. But the Conquistadors are also right there in it, so you can't count them out either. It's going to be a wide open division, it appears, this year. Yours truly, Al Bundy St. Louis Chargers are number 9 according to Daddy Leagues in the power rankings, and we've got 2 losses to the Chiefs, both by, I think one was by 2, the other was by 8. And, those are only 2 losses, and, you can't really be too upset about that. We got the trade for Brashad Perryman. Right now, I'm not sure where I'm going to play him, or number 2 or number 3. But, it's an upgrade. Arsenault wasn't bad in the slot, but, Perryman, for what we like to do, I think that really takes us to another level on offense. And we need it because our defense has been playing like crap, namely the safeties. And I don't understand why, because last year they were dynamite. It was the corners that were getting toasted last year. Now it's the safeties this year. The corners have been great this year between Alien and Nataki on the outside. So I don't know. I can't figure it out. Number 8 are the Panthers at 5-2 according to Daddy Leagues. They're leading the NFC South right now, and as long as they can get their games in, like I said before, they're not easy to play, and it's a style that you have to kind of adjust to. And the division guys have started to adjust to it, but the guys outside the division don't see it as much. And Kendall does a good job, and he's a good young man too. Number 7 are the Bulls. One of our newer guys. They're 5-2. They just lost a tough one to the Giants, but they're still leading the AFC South. The Bulls are the old Texans. And, they've got a really good quarterback, which I have noticed he renamed Dan Fouts. The old Charger great quarterback. It's always good to see that. Guys recognizing the history. I like that. But they're a good team, and I think we'll see them down the line in a couple weeks here. 6 are the Jets. They're 7-0, and they're number 6 according to Daddy Leagues. Who knows? Somewhere with strength of schedule is probably why, but they play us this week. Playoff rematch. We'll see how that goes. We'll try to get it in. I don't know if we will or not. Some schedule stuff going on. Number 5 are the Cleveland Browns, according to Daddy Leagues. 5-2. They just lost a sim. Looks like Daddy Leagues took that into account. But they're actually in second place in their division, and they're in a wild card spot right now in the AFC. I'd expect the Browns to be there, barring injury or something like that. But let me back up to the Jets. The one thing I do know about the Jets is, they seem to play good defense no matter what, is happening on offense. And that's why they're undefeated. Number 4, according to Daddy Leagues, are the New York Giants at 7-0. I don't know how. I'm just kidding. No, the Giants, they push the ball downfield. Manziel has good ability in the pocket to escape and make plays. And we all know about Odell Beckham, one of the best receivers in the league. And defensively, he does a good job with using the linebacker and doing the BS user lurk. But everyone does it. Well, most people do it. And, he uses that to his advantage, so you can't take that away from him. Number 3 are the Shamrocks. According to Daddy Leagues, Shamrocks are 7-1. And, they've been able to win this year by minimizing the turnovers, I believe, in the stats that I've seen. And, efficiently, running the ball and mixing in play action big plays over the top. Now, whether they can keep that up or not and take that division from the Browns is another thing to be seen, but it's a very good start, and you have to commend them for that. Number 2 are the Rams, according to Daddy Leagues, at 7-0. Deontay, of course, is doing what Deontay does, and that's win. Even though they had a little more of an off game against the Seahawks, they still managed to win by 7 on the road. I've got them coming up after the Jets. This damn schedule. But, dominating defense, good user skills, and Todd Gurley. That equals, 2 championships so far in the league this season. And the Chiefs are number 1 according to Daddy Leagues with an 8-0 record. So that's your power rankings. And then some commentary on, everyone that's ranked in the league. The background music is Techno Super Bowl, which I wish sometimes we would play more than this game. I miss the simplicity and, even though it was cheap, it was good fun. But anyways, and now that's the power rankings. I'm going to end it. I got about 3 minutes left. I want to make this about 20 minutes. Madden 18. There's some teams, there's 3 specifically that we've looked at and said that we're not going to invite them to Madden 18. Now, don't ask me who you are. I'm just going to make this statement. We look at a full package when we invite people to Madden 18. And it's about attitude within the league, respect for everyone, and no cheese. And, we've been talking about, really getting on people that are not, abiding by the rules. And I keep seeing the same things over and over. And I see them from people that I don't understand why I'm seeing them from. And, when it's addressed and it's pointed out and it happens again and again and again, we can't have that going into 18. And, we're really looking to take this thing to the next level. But if we aren't going to have everyone on the same page, then, we're going to find people that will be on the same page, because we got to have 32 people that want to play within sim rules. And, that's why you join, because it's a sim league. There's plenty of good hardcore leagues out there that would be glad to have you if you want to play, hardcore rules, or you want to play in a way that, fits your style best. And, if you feel like I'm talking to you, then please DM me and we'll have a discussion about it. But, it's really frustrating, and it's disappointing that, we have to do these things in May. And we've been doing this thing not only since August, but from Madden 16, for those of you that were there back then. But anyways, be cognizant of that. That means, please take a look at the rules. If you got a question about something, please ask me. Some people talked about the rollout stuff. And, I say excessive for a reason. Once or twice, okay. But you get into 3 and 4 times, and you talking about, different reasons that really don't make any sense, then I don't know what to say, honestly. Other than we won't have it in Madden 18. Alright, last thing real quick. I'm going to update the team list or team picking order for Madden 18, so be on the lookout for that. Once I update it, I'll post it in the chat. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the field.